I really would like to try to use Screamtail a little bit better. I think this is a very, very underrated mon. Has an amazing stat line. Like an absolutely wonderful stat line. So I want to try using this Pokemon. And another Pokemon, we actually got one yesterday in a raid. So I would like to try to use Jumpluff. I think Jumpluff's also like really underrated. I feel like a lot of people like to go with Amoonguss for redirection and stuff like that. This is like a mixture of an Amoonguss and a Lilligant that gets a bunch of really good stuff. I think Jumpluff's a very underrated mon. And then like from there, you want to surround it with mons that make it work well. So something like both these mons benefit from having a Torkoal as a teammate. Yeah, there's the Torkoal right there. So the Torkoal would be a good mon to enable the Chlorophyll or the Photosynthesis. If we're already on the verge of running Sun, we should just run Sun and go something like Flutter Mane and Roaring Moon. And I think for this last spot, I want something that has a little bit more pressure. There's two ideas here. We either get one mon that just checks Arcanine, because Arcanine will be a good mon to bring versus this team, or we bring something that forces them to bring Arcanine so we can potentially deal with it with other stuff. Like, Arcanine can actually be really messed up by Screamtail if used correctly. And I think we got a couple really cool ideas. I would like to try, and this is going to sound crazy to some people, I'd like to try Scizor. I don't know if this is the right play, though. It's either Scizor or like some weird rock type, and I don't really want to use Gargarnacle. I'd rather use something a little bit more aggressive. So I like the Scizor. I also think anytime you should be using weather, you should try to have at least one pivot mon, and we don't want to run any water mons just because we're already using sun. So I think Scizor is good here, and if we actually take a look, you know, I got this idea for this team right before the tournament. I plugged it into a type chart here. Great defensive typing. Absolutely amazing defensive typing. We have resistances and stuff for that for almost everything. We don't have any resistances to rock, but I don't think that really matters because like rock types in general, for example, like Tyranitar is a good rock type mon, and we can check that with like Flutter Mane or Screamtail and a couple other things. So we should be fine. So hopefully we can make this team work. We just have to flesh out the sets and then try our best to get all of the mons in game before the tournament starts. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. So let's go to Screamtail. Remember, the way that I like to build my teams is I like to get moves out of the way first, then go check back on like items, abilities, EVs, and then Tera types and things like that. So sit back, max relax, grab some coffee, and we're just going to be doing some team building before we're trying to get this team. So good. So good. All right. So what do we really want to do with this Screamtail? I think what I really would like to try to use Screamtail for is Encore. And that's going to be a main point about this team is we're going to be really using Encore in this team in an open team sheet setting, which is hard to do because they see it coming, which means they're probably just going to switch. But what we can use in that situation is if I'm forcing them to switch, they're not attacking. That's a +1 turn for me. I can do whatever I want with my teammate, and I can punish them for that. So if we hit the Encore, that's a win. If we force them to switch, that's still a win. It's good stuff. I would also like to try Disable here. I would like to try Encore Disable. I think it's good. I think it's really good. Encore Disable is kind of weird. And what people aren't thinking about with Screamtail is what stat you get your Photosynthesis boost into. We would like a Photosynthesis boost into speed, which we'll be talking about why in just a little bit. And so we have speed control to be able to almost go for Prankster Encore Disable, which is very nice. I think the rest of the set, we want a little bit more speed control. We got Thunder Wave here. I'm really liking the Thunder Wave. And then last but not least, you got the D-Gleam. This lets you break Sash. It's stabbed. It's a good move. I think it's great. What is up? We're just doing some team building. I think for Jumpluff, we're definitely still going to want that Encore here. I think Encore is going to be great on Jumpluff. I think you also would like to see Rage Powder. And then there's a bunch of other really good moves that Jumpluff gets. It gets things like Leech Seed. It gets things like Strength Sap. It gets a bunch of other really cool stuff, but we're actually just going to leave this blank for now because we don't necessarily need to fill any other moves on Jumpluff. We just really know that we want to use these. Maybe we would probably go with like a Sleep Powder, but like we'll see. So in Torkoal, I'm not going to be running a like really specs Torkoal. We're going to run a lot more bulky Torkoal. So I think in this sort of situation, we'd be better off with like Protect Yawn. So Protect Yawn's kind of what I'm thinking out of this Torkoal. Maybe we go for a Heat Wave if we really want to. We don't know if we have to Helping Hand. I don't know if you're still talking about the Jumpluff, but we can actually leave this blank for now. We just know that we want this guy to be a Yawn user. Flutter Mane. I know a couple ideas about what I want to do with this thing. We're going to go Shadow Ball here. We're going to go Dazzling Gleam here. And I will talk about this. One thing that we will be doing with this Flutter Mane, there's one move that you need to have on Flutter Mane in this meta, especially on a team like this, a Sun team, and that's Power Gem. And that's just for the Arcanine matchup. This makes it so Arcanine can't just come in and destroy you. It's not in Prison. We don't really care about Trick Room with this team. No, I don't like him. I don't think you need Prison. You just have Power Gem. I just think it's really good. Roaring Moon. Obviously, we're probably going to be going like a booster energy set here. Acrobatics is going to be really good, and this is where a little bit more of our speed control comes in. We're going to go, I like the Roost here. We don't necessarily need to lock that in yet, but like I like the Tailwind here as well. And anytime you're using a Tailwind setter, you should really try to add Protect to it so you can weave in a Protect on the last turn of Tailwind. So that's kind of what my thought process is here. Yeah, we're not playing Perish Trap here. We're just playing fun stuff. But I think Perish Trap's really good. As for Scizor, I think Scizor's really good in this format. I think Scizor does a great job about checking almost all of the Scarlet, like, what is it, Paradox Mons, and a lot of the Violet ones as well. Scizor's really, really good. We got Bullet Punch, we got U-Turn, and realistically, we don't need to show any other moves yet. There's Tera Blasts that are good, Close Combats can be good in some situations, Protect can be good, Feint can be good. There's so many good moves, we don't need to lock in anything else. Now that we have a decent idea of what we know, what moves we want in these mons, we can start locking our abilities. We have our Photosynthesis, we have our Chlorophyll, we have our Drought, we have Photosynthesis, and we want Technician. So good stuff. Like I say, I always like to wait until after you get a general idea of what you want the mons to do from their movesets before you lock in their abilities. Some people might say you're always going to go Drought on Torkoal. But realistically, if I made this Scizor into a Tyranitar, which we were talking about maybe using a Rock type in that situation, this Torkoal would have definitely been White Smoke or Shell Armor, just because we want to make it look like we have it. But again, we're playing an open team sheet, so it's, again, Drought's obviously the best one. But still, you know what I mean? There's never a reason to just lock yourself into an ability or something before you flesh out the rest of the team a little bit more. So we're back over here. We can start doing items now. I think that because we don't have the ability to protect here, we don't need leftovers. I'm going to sit on a Citrus Berry here for now. I'm going to sit on a Citrus Berry. I don't think we need a Mental Herb. I don't think we need a Covert Cloak. Those are both great items, and we might come back to them. But Citrus Berry is a decent item. I don't really mind it. I'd like to use my Sash right here, I think. I think this is a good place to put my Sash. I think the Torkoal, because Torkoal already did the hard part of having the Protect and Yawn, we can definitely reward it with some leftovers there. We got Flutter Mane. We're going to come back to this one. This one's going to have a booster energy. And as for the Scizor, I think Scizor is tied. Like, we're already using our Citrus. We don't really want to vest it because we still want Protect. I think we're going to put a Life Orb here and build just a little bit more aggressive set. And that means that we see Citrus, Focus Sash, leftovers, booster energy, and Life Orb. I'm going to put a Specs here, and I'm going to try this. I think Specs could be really good here because we already have a 3 move slot. We can just put one more move slot that maybe helps us with, like, we could put like a Tera Blast or something there that helps us with our whatever type we decide to tear into. And that's going to be a pretty decent set. So now that we got most of our moves out of the way, let's actually finish up these move sets. I would like to try Scizor. Let me think. Do I want U-Turn? Sorry, not U-Turn. Do I want Close Combat? Do I want Tera Blast? Do I want Feint? Do I want a second Tailwind user? There's so many moves that Scizor can get. You don't need Mystical Fire. You can just Shadow Ball a Scizor. There's so many good moves that Scizor can get. I think we're going to try the Feint. I'm going to sit on the Feint just because, like, Wide Guard, we don't really have that many moves that we would need. We don't need Feint. Like, it's cool to have, but I feel like if we ever would be in a situation where Feint would be, like, broken, they would just switch. If they're just going to be switching, then... Like, I'm thinking, like, maybe Close Combat could be a good one here. What would I be close combating is another question. Brick Break could be a very viable option. We know that we're going to want Protect. We also haven't thought exactly about, like, what Tera type we want to go with yet. Like, even realistically, we could go Swords Dance here. It doesn't get Final Gambit. How do you beat Flutter Mane? You just hit it. Or you just hit it. Or you just get rid of it. Just Thunder Wave it and hit it. You just Bullet Punch it. You know what I mean? It's, like, easy. Hope it has been going well. It's been going great. Tera Blast. I'm thinking, but I don't know if I'm going to be Terrastalizing this thing ever. I also don't mind, like, Light Clay. Substitute could be seen as really good. I don't really need the Tailwind. Close Combat for Steel Tera types. I mean, are those a problem, though? We have Torkoal. But, like, what is Steel Tera? Like, what's going to be using the Steel Tera? Like, what mons are going to be doing those sort of things? Helping Hand. I didn't even know it got Helping Hand. Pounce is viable. Scary Face is really cool. Protect with Teammate Scary Face, but we might as well just Tailwind. You put Sunny Day on it. It gets Thief if we want to use a different item, and we would get the Technician boost on the Thief. That's really cool. Oh, Close Combat for King Gambit. Ooh, King Gambit's a good enough mon to think about. Let's see, though. I don't know exactly what I want to do here. We wouldn't be Water Tera. It's not Boom Burst. Hits Roaring Moon. You can just U-turn versus Roaring Moon. It forces them to... They're going to go Flying Tera anyways, right? But you can just U-turn into that guy. I'm thinking, like, it's a tough situation to be in. What type would we even want to be if we were Tera? Let's realistically think about it. Would we want to be like a Fire Tera and double dip? That sounds really good, right? Do you get the double dip like stab and then you... Like if we were to Tera Boss to be Tera Fire, we'd also be able to avoid Wisp. And we'd be able to like wall Arcanine to an extent and just like U-turn against it. I don't think you go Water. I don't see a reason to go Water on this team like at all. Because Water you just lose to well, lose to a bunch of stuff. Dude, we just put double team on it. Focus Energy. We could do like Focus Energy Scope Lens Scizor. Bro! Dude, that'd be sick. If you go Water, Bundle and Hands will be happy. Yeah, you can't go Water. See, like, I like Faint here, but I just don't feel that it fits. Yeah, Fire Resist Fairy, but you already resist Fairy. Fire is just to block Wisp and other fire attacks. We'll leave it blank for now. We'll leave it blank for now. There's no reason to commit. I think in this situation, we're going to go Dark Pulse. I like Dark Pulse a lot in this thing. Torkoal, we don't know exactly what else we want here. There's no reason to not have Heat Wave, I think. But we don't get the KOs that we need. Let's think about what we want to do with Torkoal. I'm actually a fan of Curse and then probably Body Press. And the reason you want Curse here is because this is how you can beat Garg. But like there's so many other things you can do with Torkoal. It can run so many good moves. But the Curse Clear Smog seems kind of nice. Let's think about that. We can just go Clear Smog and Heat Wave. There's nothing really wrong with that either. I don't hate Body Press. We can always just go Iron Defense Body Press. That's fine. Think Chomp will be in Series 2? I do. Does Clear Smog affect Quark Drive? It shouldn't. We can always just go Heat Wave though here too. Like this, you should have Heat Wave here. Heat Wave's very, very standard. Like you need to be able to hit some things. This is going to sound really weird. I'm going to try this. Watch this. I'm going to sit on Stealth Rock. Remember we talked a little bit about how they get out of Encore Disable Loops is by switching. And so if we have Stealth Rock, that's clean. That's like super clean. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. What else do we want to do here? I know we need Sleep Powder, and I would like Protect. You don't need an attack on a jump off ever. Yeah, it's good. So we have all of our moves now, except for Scythe Scizor's last move. This is such an important move to have. We might play Nino's Tour tonight. Let's sort it by physical. That many good ones. Only been able to watch YouTube videos. Yo, we're here. I feel like Close Combat's good. I just don't really think that we need it for anything. Like, what would we be hitting with Close Combat that's popular enough that they'd bring to the matchup that we wouldn't be hitting with a Bullet Punch? The only answer is like King Gambit, And we could just U-turn that for neutral. That's the thing. It's like, I feel like that's a waste of a move slot. You know? I almost want to say you'd be better off with like Swords Dance here to be like a massive bully. Feint. I think Feint's good. In an open team sheet though, I just don't know how much value Feint brings to the table. We could always put Tailwind here too. There's nothing wrong with Feint. We could also put Tera Blast. Like, but then what would I want Tera Blast to hit? So, like, what type do I want coverage for? Defog, this is VGC. What type do I want coverage for? You guys can't see him here. Let's see. Nothing spectacular really pops there. Brick Break's always good for breaking screens if they have it. Let's see. I mean, Pounce is okay. Technician Boost. Speed Control, I stay in. This is a hard one. There's nothing like wrong with Light Screen either. I think like Light Screen Scizor is one of my favorites, but I just don't think it like I would love something like Roost here. It just doesn't get it. If Scizor had a way to like phase our opponent like a Dragon Tail or Aurora Whirlwind, that'd be cool. We already have a Tailwind setter. Howl? Screamtail? Does it get Howl? I'm just curious. That's funny. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm not doing that, but that's cool. Facade's okay. Substitute can almost be seen as okay, but I don't like Substitute clashing with the Life Orb. I guess Helping Hand is... No, Helping Hand's not good because you can always just follow up with Bullet Punch damage. There's just so many unique little things. I guess we could put Sunny Day if we had to and make our Scizor outspeed Pelipper. Isn't Encore Disable 2 combo based? I mean, when you hit an Encore, they're already kind of screwed. So, what's the problem then? I see no issue. So, what people aren't getting about this is if I'm using Encore Disable, right? I don't have to use them both. I can just... So, for example, I'm going to throw this out here. If I'm fighting against any of these two Pokemon, which actually usually have moves that check themselves, and I protect with either of these things or weave them out or something like that, I can just disable the one move that each of those Mons have that hit my Mon for super effective. Right? Disable. I can protect, allow them to show their move, and punish them for revealing it. It's great for choice Mons. It's great for Mons like that only have like one move that really deals stuff. Disable just says, you're done. Right? So you don't have to use the Encore in that situation. Quick Guard. Do you get Quick Guard? Gets Quick Attack, Quick Guard. Quick Guard's okay, but the thing about Quick Guard is you need to be fast enough to use it. So it wouldn't really stop like anything that's a much higher base speed tier. It's a good idea, though. I think Quick Guard's a step in the right direction. Because I'm feeling we need to make this slot something freaking weird. I think I was looking at Sunny Day, right? I was looking at Sunny Day because we have so many mons that have Protect. If I make my Scizor faster than their Pelipper, I can just lead Scizor and just go Sunny Day to enable all of these Paradox Pokemon. Or my Jumpluff. Is this weird? I don't hate it. You know, I think it could work. Agility, no, you just put Tailwind there. We don't need Tailwinds there. We already have one. I mean, realistically, Tailwind's the right play, but Sunny Day functions as a steroid boost and, like, anti-weather. So, like, against sand teams, this also functions as a Tailwind because we're taking away their speed control. Against rain teams, we're taking away their ability to be big bullies. Against so many different sets of teams, we're in a great spot. Isn't rain less popular? You know, the Paradox Mons work in rain too. Bundle rain is really good. It enables the opponent's Paradox, so it enables ours too, you know. Yeah, like this basically just says like, so for example, Torkoal versus Pelipper, that's a slow loss if they know how to pivot. But now if you have the Sunny Day Scizor there and you outspeed that Pelipper, I can lead Scizor and Screamtail or whatever I want, and I can just, the Pelipper can't really Hydro, and it can't really, it can't really Hydro and it can't Hurricane because it's sunny, right? So I can just go, Sunny Day, you're useless, you're switching, I'm U-turning on your switch, so when you rebring out that Pelipper, I rebring out my Scizor, right? Realistically, we don't need this slot at all, so I think this is really cool. I'll try the Sunny Day in my testing. So we got all of our moves. The next thing is to do is to get our Teras and our Eevees done. So as far as Teras go, I think I'm actually going to double dip my Scizor with the Steel, so I can actually just hit as hard as humanly possible. Roaring Moon's going to go flying, so we can use the acrobatics correctly. Flutter Mane. I'm a huge fan of Dark Flutter Mane. I think it's just really, really good. Not Dragon, Dark. And then we also have the Stab on our Dark Pulse. I think it's just a great Tera for it. It makes it so it's immune to Grim and stuff like that. Grimmsnarl could also go very well on this team, by the way, instead of Scizor if I don't like it. Torkoal. Let's think about what we want to do with Torkoal, because you don't need the fire, like, at all. Like, what else would we rather do with this Torkoal? What are we really afraid of on Torkoal? I think we'd go Grass. Just so we are immune to Spores. And we can potentially resist water attacks. You know? You don't go Water. I don't think there's a reason to go Water. No, we're not going to go Body Press Torkoal. I don't like that. This guy goes Ghost, and we already have this one in game. And the Screamtail is another weird one. Like, what is the best type here? No, Torkoal's not like a damage dealer. It's a wall. What is the best type for this thing to be Tera? It has weaknesses to Ghost, Steel, Poison. Let's see. Grass is okay. It makes us immune to Amoonguss. I think you go Grass here too. It's either Grass or Ghost. Grass or Ghost. Both of them are good. We'll hover Grass. Hopefully by seeing like Grass, seeing a Grass, they might just not want to bring Amoonguss to this, because we also have like this can check you, this can check you, and this can check you. So like I would really like to disincentivize the reliance on Amoonguss, because we would like to use things like Sleep Powder. So now that we got all of our Teras out of the way, let's start taking a look at Eevees. Let's do Scizor first. I still want to use like a full aggressive Scizor. And I think realistically, we just want to end this here. Remember, if you're ending any of your numbers in here that end with 9, if you're ending your HP stat with a 9, it's going to make you take less damage from Life Orb, so you take 1 HP less every single time. So basically an extra take of Life Orb if you need it. It just uses your Life Orb a little bit more effectively. This also lets us use a really, really fast Scizor set. So this is going to be able to outspeed a lot of those other Pelippers, which we're sharing the same speed tier with. So we actually can go for those Sunny Days if we need to, and we can split up this last 4 into 4 in each to use our stats a little bit more effectively. How good is your Ironmouth Raichu team against this? Oh, I don't know. I haven't played against it. But that team's cool. That team's really one-dimensional. But yeah, I think it's just a solid Scizor set. Very bulky, very aggressive, fast enough to U-turn if you need to, or slow enough to U-turn if you need to. There's also fast enough to outspeed base 111s in a Tailwind from your Roaring Moon if you get it. Good stuff. As for the Roaring Moon, I'm going to use the exact same Roaring Moon set that I used in the video the other day. I think we actually had like 60 points somewhere. We had like 60 points here, and then we had 188 up here. This is the Roaring Moon set that I'm really comfortable with. I feel it's very bulky. I was trying to explain this to one of my patrons the other day. They saw the Roaring Moon and they're like, oh, that Roaring Moon, like, it doesn't really do that much damage and it's not very fast. Like, why use it? And I tried to explain to them that this Roaring Moon doesn't play like a Roaring Moon. It plays like a Corviknight. So we have Protect, Tailwind, Roost. What we're going to be doing with this Roaring Moon is all game, we're going to be going Tailwind, Roost, maybe weave in 1 Acrobatics, do a little bit of damage, 10, 20, 30%. And then we Protect, Tailwind expires, we reapply Tailwind to enable our teammates. Really, really solid speed control for the rest of the game. This enables our Flutter Mane, this enables our Jump Pluff, enables our Screamtail. Remember the 2 mons that have Encore? If they use the wrong move, if they ever weave in a Protect, we lock them with an Encore, and then we slowly whittle them out. So it's really, really smart to play a Tailwind like, or a Roaring Moon like this, because another thing is you're thinking about open team sheet. All they see is that we have an aggressive moveset with an aggressive item and an aggressive Tera. They think we're full attack speed, and when they go for those freeze dries with iron bundles, they do like 18%. When they go for like those moonblasts or dazzling gooms with the flutter mains, we terastallize and take 15%. We're really, really bulky. So the booster energy boosts my special defense on this team. So really, really good stuff. I think this is a good set, and I like it a lot. It's one of the few bulky sets you're going to see me really attach myself to this format, and I think it's going to be very, very good. Flutter main. I think realistically, you just want to be like this. And we want the booster energy to give us a boost to our special attack, our speed, so we can outspeed other flutter mains if we have to. But I think it's really good. And we're not using Ghost Curse Torkoal. We're not. We thought about it, but we're going to take it off. I think the Torkoal, realistically, you need a little bit of special attacks sometimes, but we're not even going to think about it. We want to obviously go full. Let me just make sure I did this one right. There we go. And for Torkoal, realistically, we actually want points in speed on our Torkoal to outspeed other Torkoals. So I'm actually going to put 12 here to outspeed other Torkoals that have the same type of ideas. And let's see what we actually need. I don't think there's a problem with going like heavy defense. We can even go heavy into Spadef and just use our defense stat to soak. So something like a 4, 236 plus is good. And we just sit back and soak damage with this Torkoal and leftovers and just get as many yawns up as possible. I think it's actually very, very nice. We're not effectively using our nature in that situation. Like, we only get 12 points if we put it there versus 61, 77. So we get like 16 as opposed to 12. So we'd be wasting 4 points in defense by putting it here. But I actually think it really does matter in the Spadef stats. So let's sit on it like this. I think this would be a pretty good set. Jump off actually super, super easy. You would just go like this. And we're going to keep it 4 in Spadef. Think about what we're weak against. Obviously, there's a rock weakness, but like ice, fire, stuff like that. It's mostly special attackers that are going to be dealing with jump off. And we might also be able to switch in sometimes and soak a little bit of damage after chip. So I just think you put the last 4 there. It's pretty good stuff. Heck is that Torkoal? It's just a Torkoal. It's just a wall Torkoal. Yeah, flying. Flying's a physical, but like I don't think we're going to be fighting that many flying mons with jump off. It's okay. And as for this guy, this is going to be such a weird one. I actually think I want to go like this. I like this, and I would like it to always boost my speed there. And then I was fixing a Patreon team that had this spread. And I'm not going to lie, that spread is freaking sick. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. Yeah, if you win this tournament, you get $500, I think. This spread is so simple. But I like it. I like it a lot. I kind of want to take I want to take one more tick out here. So I can be at exactly half to activate my citrus if I get super fanged. So I want to do that. And then I'll put the last 4 into like, I don't know if I need defense. I'm going to put in defense for now. No, it's better in Spadef. It's better in Spadef. Yo, Kitsune Adventure subscribing at tier 1. Yo, we're starting the hype train. Thank you. Thank you so much. First sub of the day. I'll ask you, do you think we should be playing in more online tournaments or should we just be goofing around doing whatever? Let me know. I'm curious what people think. So, yeah, I think this is a really cool spread. Normally, you don't want to put like huge investments into HP on mons that would get diminishing returns, but we don't get diminishing returns here. This thing has amazing bulk. Base 11 support tank is cool. It's really nice, and we're able to go for so many Encore disables like this. Realistically, we could even think about taking some points out of speed and working just with the photosynthesis, but like, I think it's nice to just have the 111, so even if you don't have it active, you're still outspeeding Gengars, you're still outspeeding Raichus and stuff like that. It's really cool to like soak a fake out with a Raichu and just encore it and be like, bro. Like the online terms. Okay, yeah, we'll be playing in the next one then. So this is the team on paper, and I mean, it looks okay. Let's play a couple games on Showdown and see how it does. I think that we can just redirect for this. So I think like Jump Puff's very good there. Jump Puff Flutter Main seems very good, but we would struggle with Dozo versus that sort of stuff. So maybe we need to find a way to clear smog things. I guess we can just Encore disable Dozo. So like Jump Puff Flutter with a Scream Tail. And I'll bring Scizor to Revenge KO their Flutter Main. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what they want to do. Alright, so there's the Slacking and that guy. So we would just go Redirection and so we just go Rage Powder and D-Gleam, right? Fairy Tera. Go nuts. I want to see how much damage this does to Slacking. It's so much damage from that Specs. Yeah, Player's absolutely fine. And they're orbed. Cool, they're dead. Let's think about what we want to do here. What could this thing do? Like, realistically, what do you do? We could kill the Slacking with, I guess that's actually the right place to do it like this. Then you Sleep Powder this. And you just Degleam. Yeah, Doodle's good. We went for the redirection there to make so the Slacking hit the jump off, not the other way around. Missed a Sleep Powder, unlucky. Encore, okay. Cool. So you have a speed boost right there. We pivot into Scizor. And we're just going to lose jump off and then repin. Yeah. So boost energy, wasn't expecting that, but it's alright. We might even want to go with, oh, that sucks. That thing isn't Prankster? Is it not? You're right. No, it's Prankster. I think it is. I have to do this. So we have Bullet Punch there. Probably KOs. It probably still KOs, right? We're going to Protect and see if they weave him to Protect. Mystical Fire. Okay. Rage Fist is fine. So now we just disable that. And this still should KO even at -1. Yeah. And so correct me if I'm wrong here. I should be able to Encore that now, right? I know it's so weird when you do it in a different direction, but I think that's true. Yep. That's fine. They're going to lock us into an Encore. It's okay. Yeah, oh well. Struggle. Oh, they're choiced! Oh, we got it! Bro, we take those. Value. Struggle's real, dude. Like, oh man, dude, it's so sick. Rebring out. The struggle is real. Value. We take those, man. Yeah, definitely. I think the team's cool. I think it's cool. Encore's a really good move. People should respect Encore a little bit more. This guy's thinking like, what the hell? Timer? I don't care. It's fine. I'll just sit here and have my coffee. I just like to let him sit in it, you know? Alright. But correct me if I'm wrong here. I want you guys to actually correct me. We're right about here, right? So, right? I go for the disable. Now let's say they aren't choiced, right? And they would like to use a different move. After the disable, I can click the Encore, correct? And then that locks them into the last move, which is disabled. Correct? That's how that works, right? There's one situation where it fails, and I don't remember if it's Encore first and then disables. So that's the one where it fails. So I need to then Encore first and then disable, right? Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while. I've used this tech in tournaments before. It's been like 3 years. So, okay. So we need to Encore first. Who's my freaking pen? Encore first, then disable. Write this down in the handy dandy notebook over here. I don't know if I want to bring Torkoal here. It's a decent mon. I think you bring in Scizor here, and that's so fucking weird because they have so many fire types. I'll bring Torkoal, and I'm not happy about it. There you go. Cannot attack your normal moveset ghost type. Certain situations, yeah. All right, so in this situation, they have the Dancer tech. I hope they're not like Scarf Dancer. Like, we'll see. Protect's good. Yeet! That's Encore over there now. The Scoop Bro! The Scoop Bro! Yeah, I can take a look at your team. Power Gem's so good, you need Power Gem. It's really, really nice. And another cool thing is the Dark Tera here. Like, if they were to lead Armarouge, we just Dark Tera into it. Sick. Sick. Let me play one more, and I'm sure that guy will get us his team. I'll take a look at it. Cool, more Armarouge with Screamtail here. And Titan awkwardly. You still go Jump Left, I guess, I think. Actually, I don't know if I want Jump Left. I know we want Fluttermane. They have Redirection with the Brute Bonnet, but that's not the same. So we still want Fluttermane, I think. Fluttermane and Jump Left seem really good here still. You want our Screamtail, and then we can bring Scizor. Scizor is actually a good lead, but like we don't need to lead with it. Cool, I'll take a look at your team in just a sec. And let's see. What's your thoughts on Iron Dragolas? I think it's really good. I've made a really cool Patreon team for Iron Dragolas that I got pretty high on the Showdown ladder with in singles. That's a Patreon team. It's a good one. Liked that team a lot. I don't want to look at people's teams all day. I looked at one person's teams. I would be here all day. Think that's Belladrum? We'll see. All right, there's the Armarouge and the Brute Bonnet. That's the exact way that we thought. I don't know what their item is over there, but I don't think that, like, they'd have to be Grass Tera to stop this. And if they're Grass Tera, they take way too big damage from this. Let's just see what they do. I think Screamtail's good. You have a Drain Punch. Why have to, what's Drain Punch doing for it? Big damage. Almost get the Brute Bonnet off the board. And there's a Citrus on the Brute Bonnet. So they can actually go for something there, but like they're asleep here. No Lum. Cool. So they're not actually getting anything off this. Like, this is fine. I think this is actually fine. Because then here we just go for Encore here. And we're just going to try and wake up. We just have to wake up before they do. And the cool thing about this set for us is with Encore, like, we're not Prankster. So like they can be dark all they want. You know? Awesome. They take the switch. We just put that guy to sleep now. As long as we wake up before they do, we win. Patreon team fixing for Series 2 is still active, yeah. Okay, we're not going to get that KO on them next turn. They're probably going to wake up this turn and Trick Room, right? Ooh, we get the 3-turn sleep. We take those. So we actually just do it like this. We don't want to Encore there because we know they're going to switch. So we just let them wake up. We just let them wake up. It's fine. Go for a double protect. They're trying to get the Encore. And we want that sleep. Yep. So now you could go Trick Room or something. But that's fine. I don't think I care very much. You shouldn't be able to hit this Fluttermane very well. Yep. Cool. Take a miss anyways. Encore TR, we're too fast to make it work like that, but you couldn't Encore the TR there. If we had Prankster Encore, we could. Catkin's gifting 2 subs! Yo! Thank you! Can we put some subs up? Can we put some big subs up? The sub club. Choo 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 choo. Subs up, yo. Thank you. Awesome. So there's still Trick Room up. In this situation, I think you can just click D-Gleam and D-Gleam because we want to still finish off this Titan. We want the damage on something. So Titan can still wake up, but there shouldn't be any way that we actually get really messed up here. They can spore 1, and then they ignored the actual good one. So we take the big damage. Thank you so much for the support, though. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. It's helping out a lot. So yeah, we take these wins. Yeah, the Dark Tera Fluttermane, they're kind of just like, oh, I can't hit it. So yeah, we take these. This team looks great. So the problem is I have absolutely like no way to get these Mons in game. I have Roaring Moon. I can get the Fluttermane. I can get the Jumpluff. I can technically get all of them. I just don't have them as it is. Like, if we take a look here. If we take a look here. I have a Skiploom. It's Ghost Tera. It's what we need. I have the Flutter, the Roaring Moon and the Flutter already. But it's a different Torkoal set. So we need to get a new Torkoal. And then we need Screamtail and Scizor. And I don't have those.